Sapola, Director of Pharmacy with an F at the Chef's Garden, and welcome to my home. Today I'm going to be talking all about fall squash. And fall is one of my favorite times of year. I absolutely love squash. Today I'm going to be working with the 898 squash. This is a squash that was bred with a collaboration between Chef Dan Barber and the Cornell plant breeding program. So this squash is much smaller, as you can see, from a regular butternut squash. The only problem with those is they don't store very long. So the 898 squash has a little bit of a thicker skin, but is still a personal size. And one of the beautiful things about Row 7 seeds is they focus not only on the chef-inspired flavor, so really bringing out that flavor, they also use organic cultivation to breed their seeds, and they focus on nutrition. The honey nut and the 898 squash have somewhere between 2 to 3 times more beta carotene than a regular butternut squash. Plus, they have amazing flavor. So, in order to prepare these, since they're single serving, they're super easy. I just slice off the top and then I cut them in half. And so you can see just a little bit of seeds in there. There's not a whole ton, but there's some. And I love to reserve the seeds and actually cook with them. So I'll put these in the air fryer, or if you have a dehydrator or even just an oven on low. My kids love squash seeds this time of year. So I'm just going to work on scooping out these seeds, and I'm going to reserve them in a bowl so that I can dry them. It's probably one of the simplest recipes. We're just going to put olive oil and a little bit of salt on top, and then they're ready to go. I have my oven preheating to 400 degrees right now. If you're cooking them on convection, you may want to do like 375. I like to get them nice and brown and caramelized on top, so you may want to kick up the temperature for a few minutes at the end. I typically cook them for around 40 minutes, but keep an eye on them. So we'll just put a little bit of olive oil on there. A pinch of salt. And then this would be a great opportunity if you want to use any other spices as well to put those on. I love cumin. You could do like a smoked paprika. There's so many great flavors, even just cinnamon. The one thing about these squash is that you really don't need any additional sugar. They are already sweet and flavorful, so you can save the maple syrup and the brown sugar for another use. All right, so now I'm just going to put these on my little tray here. All right, so I'm going to put these in at 400 degrees for about 40 minutes. All right, so the squash are done. I can smell them. They smell so good. We're ready to get them out of the oven. Okay, so it's time to eat. We're ready to enjoy this squash. I'm just going to plate it up real quick. At Farmer Jones Farm, we really like to use the entire plant. We like to eat root to leaf. So in this case, with this squash, we were able to dry the seeds so that we can actually use them as a garnish here. Another thing that Chef Dan Barber recommends is actually drying the skin. So if you were to scoop out the flesh and you had the skin left over, you can dry that down until it's hard, and then put it in a food processor and run it to like a medium to fine consistency, and then actually sprinkle the skin over top of the squash. And then you're literally using the entire vegetable.